say some days you're gonna win. They say some days you're gonna lose. I tell you, I got news for you. You're losing all the time, you never win. No. If you believe that's how it's gonna be, I better put you down. Get up, you take your book, and come out on the ground. You gotta save me now. You better turn around. And I looked around. I was heading down. Oh, somebody throw me down the line. This is some days you gotta give. This is some days you gotta take. That's the way it's gotta be. Roll it over and you will see. The city streets are full of people going nowhere, making time. The change from night to day is really only out just a long.
Good morning, my friends. Tuesday. We're here. It's the climb of the week, but it'll be Friday before the time we know it. Hey, we got a great show for all of you guys today. Going to be talking in just a couple of minutes to our friends over at Lucy Haskell Playhouse and getting the latest from them. You know, coming up in a couple of days is going to be a really unique open house, and we'll learn more about that and just of the other events that are coming down the pipeline this summer. Then at 10:10, our friends at OSF Healthcare going to be joining us. This is a really cool thing that OSF St. Anthony's does. It's their back-to-school drive, their back-to-school giveaway, if you will. They'll be joining us and filling us in on all the details, all the different items that your students can walk away with to start the school year, and all of that good stuff. Then at 10:35, we're talking to Madeline Eads, Coco Oak. They're going to be in the studio to discuss the boutique, some news coming down the pipeline, and so much more. But in the meantime, at 9:08, here's what you need to know on this Tuesday morning, top of the hour news now. George and Donna Julian of Alton tragically died on July the 3rd after their vehicle was struck by a driver fleeing police at the intersection of Illinois Route 143 and Illinois 3 in Wood River. The collision forced both vehicles into a ravine, and the Julians' car caught fire, leading to their deaths. George Julian, 66, was a retired operator from the Collinsville Water Department and a dedicated family man who enjoyed dirt bike racing and gardening. And Donna, 68, worked with adults with special needs and as a teacher's aide, shared a love of gardening with her husband. Visitation and funeral services will be held at St. Paul Lutheran Church in Wood River with memorial contributions suggested for the Roxana Schools Foundation. Megan Kilfoy is organizing a fundraiser to support the Williams family after their son, Logan of Troy, was critically injured in an accident on the morning of July 6th. Logan remains on life support, fighting for his life, and his family is facing overwhelming emotional and financial challenges. Medical costs are escalating, covering intensive care and specialized equipment. The fundraiser is aiming to provide crucial financial relief to Todd and Tony Williams, ensuring all donations go directly to the family. The Kilfoys urge the community to keep Logan and his family in their thoughts and prayers and to share the fundraiser to help in any way possible. Also in the news today, a 26-year-old man from Jerseyville, Caleb D. Austin, has been charged with several felonies following a violent home invasion on the 2nd of July. Here's what we know. Austin allegedly broke into an occupied residence after an earlier failed attempt, assaulting occupants and a responding police officer. He faces a Class X felony for home invasion and a Class 2 felony for aggravated battery, along with 3 Class A misdemeanors, including battery and property damage. The incident involved Austin striking a resident, kicking an officer, and damaging the property in the residence. He was ordered to remain in custody pending a July 28th detention hearing, and all charges right now are based on probable cause, and this suspect is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Authorities discovered the body of 25-year-old Demontre M. Collins on the morning of July 4th in a lake at Frank Holton State Park near East St. Louis. Here's what we know. Kayakers spotted the body around 8:33 a.m. and alerted emergency services. St. Clair County Coroner Calvin Dye Sr. identified Collins and pronounced him deceased at the scene at 9:41. Collins was last known to reside on Central Avenue in East St. Louis. Illinois State Police and the St. Clair County Special Emergency Services did respond to the scene. The cause of the death remains undetermined as the investigation continues. We'll keep you updated if more details do roll out. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office successfully resolved a tense situation involving a 30-year-old suspect, Clint Whipke of Bridgeton, Missouri, who threatened an individual with an axe and later made suicidal threats toward law enforcement near Illinois River Road in Hardin. After fleeing into nearby woods, Whipke was engaged in extended negotiations by officers trained in crisis intervention and ultimately persuaded him to surrender and to seek medical evaluation. He was arrested on multiple charges, including aggravated assault and intimidation. First responders provided immediate care before Whipke was transported to a hospital and then to jail. Authorities emphasize the importance of mental health support and remind the public that suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. A 17-year-old in Alton lost her life to gun violence after being shot on Oakwood Avenue on July the 4th, and now the community is coming together to rally against this tragic loss and ongoing violence with a protest that was scheduled for yesterday and more that are planned for this week. Organizer Lee Barham of the protest yesterday at 6:45 emphasized the urgent need to address and treat the root causes of gun violence, calling for a stronger policing and for stronger community conversations. He urged residents to support the urgent need to address and treat the root causes and support the victim's family and friends, highlighting the lasting trauma that young people face. The protest aimed to send a clear message. The violence must stop. We'll keep you updated as more community involvement and community events do flow from this week. There are a few more events planned, and RiverBender.com will be there. The Madison County Health Department confirmed the presence of West Nile virus in mosquito samples collected locally on July 3rd. The virus, transmitted through bites from infected mosquitoes, often show no symptoms in about 80% of the cases. When symptoms do appear, they can include fever, nausea, headaches, and muscle aches lasting several days to several weeks. Severe illness such as meningitis is rare but more likely in individuals over 50. Residents are urged to take preventative steps such as avoiding outdoor activities at dusk and dawn, wearing protective clothing, using insect repellent, securing your window screens, and eliminating standing water to reduce mosquito breeding. You can see that full story at RiverBender.com/news. That's a look at what's happening around the River Bend this morning. I keep hitting my damn arm on that soundboard. And let's take a look at weather, shall we? 80 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 98 out there. Boy, it's going to be a hot one today. Humid with intervals of clouds and sunshine. An afternoon thunderstorm is on the horizon. That storm can bring flooding downpours and localized damaging wind gusts, so just be careful out there this afternoon. Plus tonight, more on the way. Partly cloudy. It will be humid with a thunderstorm in a couple of spots. Be mindful as those storms can bring some substantial water and those downpours and have some strong winds attached to them this evening as well. Right now, air quality, this is why you can't breathe, is at 73, which is moderate. As for grass, mold, ragweed, and tree levels, they're all in that low index, so nothing to report there. Temperatures reach 87 degrees today, drop down to 68 overnight as we head into Wednesday. Wednesday, we can expect more thunderstorms, a high of 89 and a low of 68. Wednesday morning, we'll have that thunderstorm, maybe a stray one Wednesday afternoon. By Wednesday night, it'll be clear and will be not cool, just hot and humid. On Thursday, a high of 89, a low of 71 degrees, partly sunny skies. And then on Friday, a high of 90, a low of 72, with a chance of thunderstorms Friday evening. Then on Saturday, more rain on the horizon. Mostly cloudy and humid Saturday morning, a high of 85 degrees with a couple of afternoon storms. And then on Saturday night, we'll see temperatures drop to 69 degrees as we start our week again on Sunday. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. It's 80 degrees or 82 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 98 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane, your local State Farm agent. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by downloading that RiverBender.com RiverBender.com app today. All righty, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with Lucy Haskell Playhouse and get the show moving on a Tuesday morning. First, a shot of downtown Alton, and then some sponsors right after this.
Down over the water, everything gets hotter when the sun goes down.
At.OSF is coming to Alton Amphitheater on July 26th. Presented by D. Smith Promotions, hosted by Reason to Doubt Podcast. Don't miss your chance to see Big Boogie and Boozy Badass live on stage with special guests Dirty Mugs, Borderline, Marquise Knox, and NKG Band. For VIP and slots, call Queen at 314-967-8999. At.OSF. Don't miss it.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone, and over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Thinking about you, sister, golden hair surprise, and I just can't live without you. Can't you see it in my eyes? Now I've been one more correspondent, and I've been too hard to find, but it doesn't.
Welcome back. 9:20, a little bit of change. Lucy Haskell Playhouse, a lot on the horizon. Margaret back in studio.
Yes.
Good to see you. And Sarah, welcome into the studio.
Thank you very much.
So we were just talking, but Middletown Neighbors Yard Sale did pretty well, huh?
It did, yes. Yeah, we held that in June, and we had quite a few participants and a lot of foot traffic through the neighborhood, which was nice. It was good to see everybody out.
Well, and honestly, it's an exciting time of the year because now we have more fun at the Playhouse, and we got the birthday that's coming up. But also, I saw some really cool posts about the open house and the display option you guys are having where you can go in and check out some baseball memorabilia.
Right.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit different for us. Usually we have dolls. But anyway, this year, for the summer, we're doing the baseball display. And thanks to the generous loan of some baseball memorabilia from Country Meadows, from Pam and Gary Boyles. They gave us some items to display, and then we have other things that some of the members just let us borrow. And one that's really interesting is one of our members' mother, Margaret Schultz. She was sitting on Harry Carey's lap.
Oh,
So
that's
there's
cool.
a picture of her sitting. So you got to come see that. But yeah, so this display will be up through September, and we're also offering the ability to come and register. When you come, you can come and write your name and phone number, and you can enter into a drawing to win some baseball-themed memorabilia at the end of the summer.
That's really cool. I saw that. So is the drawing going to be on the birthday party? Or?
No, it'll be a little bit after the September open house.
Oh, really cool. Well, and honestly, this is great. I mean, if you go to HaskellPlayhouse.org, you can follow along too. And I was also hearing that there's a new way to donate. Is that what you were telling me?
Yes, you know what? Yeah, this is exciting because Lucy's entering the 21st century.
It only took how many years?
Sarah and Susie and Shannon are new members to our association, and so we have a combination of beauty, brains, and we have youth now too, and that's why this happened.
Yes, yeah.
So Sarah and her cohorts have put this together for us, and we'd like to share that information today. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's dive right into donate.
Okay.
How can we donate online and support?
Yeah, so this is great because we've been very thankful for all of the generous donations from our visitors, either to the open houses or for the birthday party, and we want to help them out, and that was kind of the goal of this. So, as a mom of 5 kids, anytime I attend a community event, I generally do not take a wallet or don't take a purse with me because I have enough things in my hands with all the kids that,
That's true.
I don't want to have extra stuff to carry. However, there's one thing I always have with me, and it is my phone. So I think that's pretty common, especially if you're attending the Lucy Haskell birthday party. You want to get a picture of your kiddo on that pony or playing some of the old time games. And so you do. You have your phone out. And so what we decided is we need to create an online platform. And so that way when people attend our events, that they can utilize their phone if they want to purchase any merchandise that we have to offer, or to make a donation. We know you're going to have a great time at the Playhouse parties. And so if you feel like sponsoring and donating to our cause, this is a great way to be able to do it. So it's kind of nice because this year you'll see different things at the birthday party. On some of our tables, you're going to see signs that have a QR code, such as this one. So you'll be able to just pull out your phone as you're taking all the pictures of those kiddos. You can pull out your phone and just take a picture of the QR code. It'll bring you directly to our online donation platform. From there, you can just, with a couple of easy clicks, give a donation. Just takes a little bit information, your name and your email address, and then easy peasy, you just put in your credit card information. You can use Apple Pay, go straight through to donate.
That's really cool.
It is really nice. So we're actually using a program called Zeffy, which I don't think a lot of people have heard of, but it's nice because another Alton organization, the Landmarks Association, is using it as their donation platform. And so we actually had the treasurer from the AALA come and speak with us in regards to how Zeffy has worked for them. And he says it's great. And one of the biggest pros for it is that all donations that are made come straight to us. There are no fees. And so if you decide to donate $25 to us, the $25 comes directly to us.
Wow.
Which is great. Now, there is an option on there after you go through and punch in the amount you'd like to donate. There's a tip donation that you can include that goes towards Zeffy, so that way they can continue to offer it to us. But if you choose not to, you can just zero that out, and then the donation comes straight
Well, how many
to the
times
Playhouse.
do you hear about the 3.5ers, And I mean, that
Exactly.
adds up pretty quick when you're
Yes.
talking donations too.
Right.
Well, and what we're going to do, I just scanned the QR code, and we're going to take that link and throw it into the article.
Excellent.
So that way,
Thank you.
instead of scanning the article, you can just click on it and go. But honestly, here, I love the fact that you're bringing this modern format because Margaret's been talking about doing this for quite a long time. And, Sarah, what got you really involved into the group? What really made you say, I want to do this and I want to invest? Because, I mean, you're as passionate as anybody, about
and that's a great question. Honestly, it's a sense of community.
Good.
We have 5 kiddos, and we have lived in Middletown for 16 years now, my husband and I. And it's building that sense of community. And I just love the legacy of the Haskell family, the fact that Florence Haskell donated this house and the playhouse and the land to the city of Alton for the education and recreation of children. And it's beautiful to be able to continue that legacy for the family.
100%.
And I just love the sense of community that it builds for all of us.
Well, and there's the website that you guys are going to come on to whenever you go and click on the QR code or you use whatever form to get there. This is easy, and you can do the one time of $18.80. There's so many different options, but there's a monthly option too for everyone feeling generous.
Right, to be a monthly donor, yeah. And you mentioned the $18.80, so we're actually doing that as a special for the birthday party.
That's cool.
So Lucy Haskell was born in the year 1880, and so kind of to commemorate the year of her birth, we're offering that as an option for donation for the birthday
love
party.
it.
But we'll also take $1,880.
Well, that's
Very
true.
true.
Yeah.
Or $18,800.
You know, you can just keep going. Yeah.
With that being said, the monthly donations really are the cool thing too, because I think sometimes folks might not have the extra $200 to throw out there, but if you add another $20 a month, you're supporting something equals up to something greater at the end of the year, and it's all 501c3 tax deductible for Uncle Sam and everybody out there. I always throw that out there. That's a great incentive too. But you hit it on, Sarah. I mean, this has been such an area landmark, and Margaret, the legacy that the house holds and the Playhouse holds. It's really cool to support something that's truly going to be here in the community for everybody in that area to enjoy, and I think that's great too.
Right. Right.
Why don't we do this? We'll take a quick break. It's 9:27, a little bit of change. We'll come back and talk about the open house some more. Then we'll talk about the birthday party. We're just getting on to donations, so there's still a ton to talk about. You stay there. We'll stay here on Roku TV and RiverBender.com.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Yeah. No, never does. Yeah, these I went down on energy drinks. I was drinking like way too many of these C4s a day. It was like 4 a day, and then that was a big issue. So we're down to like 1 every other day. We're making progress.
That's
we're making
really good.
we're making progress. Back in studio with Lucy Haskell Playhouse, we got Sarah, we got Margaret in here, and really just learning more about the new ways that we can donate and really just support all the time without necessarily going, oh man, I got to write a check today. We can just go ahead and hit monthly. We're good to go, and
right.
so's the Playhouse. Oh, so when are the open houses?
The next one is this Saturday.
Oh, wow.
The 12th, and it's from 10 until noon, and our hostess will be Ann Kubrick and friends, and she is going to have old-fashioned games like tiddlywinks,
That'll be fun.
pick-up sticks, jacks, and paper dolls. And so it'll be something fun. Kids that, have never experienced those kind of games before. So she's bringing them back so that people can come and enjoy.
Well, and see, honestly, those are just something new, and it's a new experience, too. And to do it in that setting and have fun and at Haskell Playhouse, what makes better for a July, 12th day than that,
Sure. And then the next one after that, well, then in between the next one, we have the birthday party coming up. So that'll be Tuesday, July the 29th, and it will be from 6:30 to 8, and we'll have all the regular things we have, cake and ice cream and pony rides and Victorian games, Anything else, Sarah? But I think
And Lucy Haskell.
Well, yes, Lucy Haskell.
And Lucy Haskell.
Yes, her daughter is going to actually be Lucy
That's
this year.
cool.
So
How exciting.
Very exciting.
That's awesome.
Yes, and it's such a great event because it's free to the public.
Yes.
So, we are talking about our donation system. However, it is free. You can come and come out and have a great time and enjoy all the activities and free cake and ice cream, which every kid loves.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're right, because how many single families or younger families are out there? Sometimes single parents, sometimes are just maybe younger families that are starting it, and it's hard to find the cash to go do the family event. So to have these opportunities, especially here, is so cool.
And especially to ride a pony in the park. I think that is just the coolest thing ever, that you get to go ride a horse around in the park.
Right, and reminiscent of Lucy's birthday, her 5th birthday, when she had pony rides at her birthday party. So it's really a Norman Rockwell moment. If you ever, it's like sledding in the park in the winter, and coming to do these activities in front of the Lucy Haskell Playhouse is really cool idea.
It really is, and I mean, it's a national landmark too. And to really have, for the public to truly appreciate that, because Middletown does. We all know that, and a lot of us do. But I mean, even folks that just don't realize, man, we got a really cool, treasure right here in the middle of Alton that is just incredible. I mean, it's truly out of the world.
Exactly.
And now, open houses, are they free?
They are free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Then the following, in August, we'll have one on August the 9th, again from 10 until noon. And then in September, on the 13th, we have our last one of the season. We do it 6 months out of the year. So in September, we're going to have a First Responders Day.
Wow, I like that.
We're going to have a fire truck, a police car, and we're working on getting an ambulance there. And so it'll be an opportunity for the kids to come and learn about first responders and actually come into the Playhouse and write a little thank you note to them. So again, that'll be the 13th from 10 until noon.
Well, I like how there's also different, like you said, different themes and different activities each time. It's not just the same event. Like I saw you guys did in the around Father's Day, you made keychains and stuff. And I think it's a really great thing for families to go be a part of and do something new each time.
Right.
Sure.
Yes.
And then, we've also been partnering, I guess maybe 2 years now, with the Hayner Children's Library. And they'll be back again this fall to do their story hours. They usually do them October, November, and December on a Friday morning. And we can really get a good turnout for that.
Oh, I bet you do. I mean,
it's kind of crowded in there sometimes with all those little kids. Yeah.
I just think it's really a great thing. And if you're just tuning in, the next one, open house, July the 12th. I do get paid to talk. July the 12th, 10 a.m. till noon. The birthday party is on Tuesday the 29th, and that's 6:30 to 8.
6:30 to 8.
I don't remember well, so this is actually impressive.
Yeah.
This is impressive. And then August 9th, you said?
August the 9th.
10 a.m. till noon.
Right.
And then you got the last one in September.
13th.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I was proud of myself. I'm pretty good at this now. Well, and take me through your guys' planning and preparation for summer events, because it's still a lot to put on, multiple events in a row, and then you got other, things with the yard sale and other other events. When do you guys meet, and how long does it take to kind of put it all together?
We're very efficient.
Yes. We meet on the second Monday of the month, and most of the time we get a lot of work done in those meetings. And so we have open houses that we start, they start in April and they go through September. So at the beginning of the year, we put our calendar out. Everybody signs up to host an open house. Everybody knows what responsibilities there are for the birthday party. So that kind of gets lined up really quickly too.
Everybody falls into line.
Yeah,
really.
everybody's got a little
But
area.
everybody knows their part. And it is nice because we have a really great group of volunteers.
There's a working,
Well, it really seems like that. And Margaret, you're a part of a couple of different things around the Riverbend and community initiatives. And, what makes this so special? What makes the Playhouse so unique and really, what keeps you chugging along and pushing the mission along?
Well, I think it just goes back to what Sarah says. It was just the love that built that little playhouse, the Haskells, and for her to continue the memory of her daughter after she passed is just remarkable to me, that she wanted to share that with the community, and that's our responsibility, is to keep it keep it open and keep it occupied and maintained, and to continue that love that she had for Lucy. So, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, there's no nicer looking spot than Haskell House or Haskell Playhouse whenever it's Christmas time too, and you're able to, especially when the luminaries are out and you get to take that walk and everything. I mean, it really is just like you said, it's a Rockwell-esque place, and it really is so cool that we all get to be a part of these events. July the 12th. Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday. There we go. I don't do math very well, so that was pretty impressive for me. This is going to be really cool. So the vintage games like Tiddlywinks, I was a rock star at as a kid.
You were? Okay.
My great Aunt Trudy had a game of Tiddlywinks, and we were good. Now, Jacks, I was terrible at. I didn't understand the concept.
You can come and hone your experience.
It's true.
On Saturday.
I don't. I'm going to get thrown out for being too competitive. Okay. But this is really cool to have some vintage games, and really, this is something for the whole family to kind of do. Then go get lunch or something right afterwards.
Exactly.
Or even picnic in the park. That's the nice thing too. And you know, with the story times, some families have done that. They come and do a story and then have a little picnic in the park and play at the playground. So it really is a beautiful setup that we have that whole area to be able to enjoy.
Well, and now you have that beautiful pavilion that you can read under too and eat and enjoy your picnic. This is all really cool. And then the 29th, so there's going to be a pony.
Yes, pony rides.
And then the cake, ice cream.
Yes. All these Victorian games to play.
What are Victorian games?
Well, we have old sack races, you know.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
We have tug of war, which, the gentleman who does tug of war, I mean, he gets it. He's into it. And those kids,
kids get into it. I've seen quite a few good falls on that.
Yeah, we have marbles.
Okay.
What else we do?
The hoop toss, but I can't remember that.
Well, we call it graces.
Yes.
And then beanbag.
Yes.
Gosh, no, I'm
I'm telling you, the first two I would fail. The sack race, I have no coordination. I was always the kid that fell at the starting gun, you know?
Yeah. Maybe you can trip other couple kids while you're going out.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and that's on July the 29th, and we'll make sure to link everything in a write-up. But getting back to the donation side of things, I think is important too, because, I mean, obviously with more donations, you guys are able to do more to, keep the restoration efforts, and I can only imagine how tough that gets, especially with the winters and summers that we have here with the building.
Right.
So what's the best way? It's a QR code, and then we'll send you the guys the link on the RiverBender.com article. But, I mean, do you guys have a goal, like, for monthly donors? Have you guys, set one up yet where you're like, man, we'd love to get 5 to 10 at $5 or $10?
Sure. No, at this point, we haven't set a goal. It's really just more of looking at the generosity of our community. And especially when they are able to come and experience the wonderful events that we have. We hope that it inspires their hearts to be able to be generous with us so that we can continue these programs.
Yeah, right. And see, because we also have a trust fund that's with the city, and that is exclusively for the maintenance and restoration of the buildings. So these help us sponsor our activities.
That's that's great to know too. And honestly, guys, I always joke and kind of tongue in cheek it with the 501, but it's a tax deductible donation that you can make to the Playhouse, correct?
For the trust fund.
Yes.
Because that goes towards the building maintenance and restoration.
Well, there you go. And so you can donate to that, or just realize that you're putting on some really great community events for all the kids. I mean, that's what I think is so cool about this. I mean, you're having a direct impact with your donation right back into the community. That's awesome.
Yes.
How many do you guys have on the committee and the board and your volunteers?
On the association list, there's 9 of us, I think.
Are you still looking for more? Or?
Well, I guess we could always have more volunteers because we need help. I mean,
especially with the amount of open houses.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So the more volunteers is definitely helpful.
And the birthday party requires a lot of people, too.
Yes.
Oh, I bet.
To get done,
That seems, and especially with it being, with all that going on, you got to have, at least 10 there, at least?
More than that.
Especially with all the different, because you have to have a different person hosting all the different games.
Oh, man.
And if you would see the amount of children coming up for cake and ice cream,
Is it crazy?
you need several hands helping to dish all that out and to get the drinks for all the kiddos.
Right.
And
This is cool. Well, we'll see you on July the 12th, July the 29th, August the 9th.
September 13th.
Dang it, I knew I was off on one. And September the 13th, those open houses are from 10 a.m. until noon. The 29th is on a Tuesday. That's the birthday party, 6:30 to 8 p.m. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Thank you all so much for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Oh, never a problem. We'll take a quick break. Top of the hour rolls around the corner here. We got OSF Healthcare coming down the pipeline. They're doing a really cool back-to-school giveaway, back-to-school drive, and then more conversations with Coco and Oak at 10:30. You stay there, and I'll be here in the studio after this.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. OSFOnCall.org/virtual visit.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. On RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. You just got to pump yourself up a little bit, you know, when you come back in. Sarah doesn't think it's 79 degrees.
No, it's 100.
Nothing a cookie can't fix.
Yeah, exactly. A hot one is hot. Yeah.
No
I will eat a hot cookie no matter how hot it is outside.
So how long have you had the cookie factory?
It will be 4 years in January.
Does it feel like 4 years for you?
It does, but it also, you know, I do it every day, so it feels like 10, 20,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I honestly was just telling you, I was really excited to see that you were getting a new location, you know, and everyone knows the spot at the mall forever, but, you know, honestly, where you're at now is a nice spot and really just,
Yes, you know, at the old spot at the mall, you come in, you can't really sit down and enjoy yourself. You got mall walkers walking by, all the chatter, people, you know, maintenance sweeping the floors. It just was not enjoyable to sit there and have lunch or breakfast and enjoy your friends and family. New location, you come in, it's quiet, it's just welcoming, it's sunny, it's just awesome.
How long did it take to find the location?
I started looking for a place when I bought Cookie Factory.
No kidding.
Yeah, not every day hard looking,
Right.
but once I had 1 year left at the mall, I started like hardcore doing my research, and I did not find a spot until last summer.
So you're over there, it's right now, I always forget the road, but I drive it all the time.
It's still Alton Square Mall Drive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so I know a lot of people have gotten confused. They're like, it still says you're in the mall, but no, it's just same street, right across the street.
And you're right next to Amy Ellick's office.
Right next door, yep. And Farmers Insurance. My best friend Jacob is right next door. Yeah.
There you go. Well, and take me through the first couple of months in the new spot. Were there any growing pains, or did you
There really wasn't.
Wow.
You know, my husband and I and friends and family and my landlord, you know, we spent a whole year building that out. We had to add the kitchen, had to add all the appliances and everything. And so my employees, I've had the same employees for 4 years. Some have worked there longer than me. They were in there helping me too. So once my oven, dishwasher, everything we needed to start baking was in the kitchen, even when, you know, drywall was still coming up, we were in there cooking and baking because we make everything from scratch. So we had to get going like months ahead of time. So we were already in there knowing where stuff was, knowing where utensils were, how to bake, all that stuff. So we were truly ready to go day one, and there has not been one issue since.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's been great.
Well, and now you were also telling me that, you know, there's some updates coming along the line. So hopefully, you know.
We do have the perfect building for a drive-through. Pull into the right. Drive-through will be on the back. You can pull out the left and exit the building. So yeah, we're working on getting that going. Hopefully it could be open. Hopefully I want to have it open by wintertime. That way no one has to come in there at all. If it's snowing, rainy, you just pull right around back.
I'm telling you, just the fact that you can get a munchie bag through a window would be pretty incredible. Well, and I mean, you're so right when it comes to like the mall and everything, because I feel like now, I mean, there's really no, I mean, I hate to say no excuse not to stop in because, you know, there's no maze to walk through. And it seems like just driving by, because I've seen the spot, that it's a really nice cafe setting too.
Yep, it is. You pull right in, and I have all these beautiful windows now, so I can actually see the outside world now. Yeah. The reason to go to Cookie Factory at the mall was you were getting your lunch at Old Guz and then stopping by, but you know, now you can do all that at Cookie Factory.
Well, there you go. I mean, now you aren't stopping by, you're sitting down and having a good time. And also too, your breakfast menu looks like to die for.
Yes. So we added the breakfast burrito. I've always had that because that is my favorite thing to get for breakfast when I'm out of town. I'm always looking for the breakfast burrito, and I have perfected it. It's crispy on the outside. There's gooey cheese and sausage gravy on the inside and bacon. It's just incredible.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, and I like it too. I mean, for $10, you can't go wrong. That's a filling. I mean, that's going to keep you full.
You can seriously eat half of it and the other half for lunch. It's pretty cool.
I love it.
It's huge.
Well, I mean, everything looks good from the, you know, you have like ham and egg cheese sandwiches, bacon, egg, and cheese. And honestly, to have everything to where, I mean, you can go there every day for breakfast still. That's really cool.
Yep. And we slice all of our meats. So the ham is thick cut and we pan fry it. It's delicious.
No, I hate to say it, but no like Cisco meat up in there.
Oh,
you know?
God, no. It's all local.
No, I got to ask you this just because I have you. When's busy season for cookies?
So,
I mean, it's
holidays.
always busy. Yeah.
When it's hot out, our last couple weeks have been like our slowest time of the year. But now, kids, you know, parents are still bringing their kids in after picking them up from summer sport and whatnot. So we're still selling cookies every day. But busy season, if there's a holiday, I mean, we are nonstop.
Really? Yeah. Now, for custom orders, when it comes to like holiday stuff, when do you encourage people to kind of start placing those?
You know, all my kids can bake and decorate, so people can seriously give me like 24 hours
notice.
Are you
serious?
Because all 6 of my kids can do the baking and the decorating. So as long as we have 24 hours, we can get it done.
Well, and it seems like your, you know, transition into ownership's been great. I mean, to keep the same employees really and all that, like that's awesome.
Yeah, and they're all really good friends. So, you know, who would hate to come in working with their best friends and make cookies all day?
You're right.
That's what they do. So yeah, we all get along. I love them to death. So yeah.
Now, do you guys do delivery?
We are on DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. If it's like over $50 and it's local, I will totally deliver it to you.
Gotcha.
I do a ton of stuff for Alt Memorial and St. Anthony, so I'll deliver to them, and like St. Mary's and all that stuff I'll deliver. But yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I didn't realize you did that. See, now I'm just giving you more reasons to go ahead and place that order. You're welcome.
I mean, they order, you know, 10 dozen cookies, 20 dozen cookies. I'm definitely going to deliver that for you. You know?
And now you guys are open Tuesday through Sunday?
Yep. Closed Monday. My only day off.
Everyone deserves one day off, I would say. And that's 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you haven't stopped by the new location yet, what are you doing? I mean, this is honestly a great breakfast spot.
It is. Yep, it's great. Just hang out.
Did you envision it becoming kind of a breakfast cafe too?
Yeah, that's what, you know, I always wanted people, they were already going to come to me for the cookies, but I want them to come now for breakfast and lunch too and get your cookies after.
Well, it's perfect.
Because the food is so good. And it's made fresh for you. There's nothing frozen, nothing we pull out of the fridge and microwave. Yeah, it's all made fresh for you.
That's incredible. Now, who's cooking back there?
Me. Me and my kids. We seriously know how to do everything. So, yeah.
Well, your lunch menu's even better, too. I mean, you have to go to the Cookie Factory and Cafe Facebook page, and you'll really check it out. I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, how did you develop this? Was there any dish that you were, or any meal that you were going to make that you wanted to at first, and then were like,
Linda had this menu.
Right.
Linda already had, so I haven't changed anything. I added the Philly, I added the chicken bacon ranch wrap and the chicken Caesar wrap, but she had all that other stuff.
I didn't realize she had all that other stuff.
Yeah, the taco salad has been popular for 4 years.
That's been very, that's been very good.
It's incredible.
Well, and now, when Linda, is there any advice that she gave you, you know, right, whenever she sold it off, or, you know, anything?
She said just keep it open. Keep it open.
Yeah,
keep
you're doing a good job of it.
That's it.
Well, and honestly, it's one of those things where I just love seeing the update and really just moving into a new spot and calling it your own, you know, really your own spot now.
I just knew I had to grow. I wanted to keep Cookie Factory local and keep our community growing. So moving out of the mall had to be done.
I think it's interesting that we can tell what message you guys get sent the most of where you're located, because I love that it's right there on your Facebook page now. It's located behind the Captain D.
Yes, it's right across the street from the mall, because the address is confusing.
It's still the mall.
It does suggest that we're still in there, but
we got a moment.
Did that for convenience.
I love it. You got a moment to stick around?
Of course.
We'll come back, chat for a little bit more. You stay there. We'll stay here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. OSFOnCall.org/virtual visit.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, 1022. Back with Sarah, Cookie Factory. Cooking. I wish I could talk. You know, I do get paid to do that, you know?
I feel that. After talking with customers all day long, I go home, I mute because the sentences are just not.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, when you get home, is it just like a complete shut off?
If my husband's like, how's your day? I'm like, please, give me like a couple hours. I'm just like, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? All day long.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, and now let me ask you, was it like owning a business and everything something you always wanted? What led to the Cookie Factory?
Yep. So COVID happened, you know. I was working the restaurant life and quit that. And I'm like, okay, I can't go back. What am I going to do? And I always knew how to bake. So I seriously was like, well, let me just have a bakery out of my house. And I started a bakery out of my house. Did that for 2 years. I'm like, well, how long can I do this for? Need a brick and mortar. And seriously, the cookie factory was for sale.
That's incredible. I mean, it's really cool just to see how it all
Yeah. I'm just,
No,
spontaneous person.
Is there one, like, when you're at this point, because you're 4 years in and, like, the staff that's been there for as long as they have, is there one thing you guys are, like, dreading, like, making every day? Like, when it comes to singing, like, everyone has the one hit they hate singing by the end of their career. Is there anything for you guys, or is it all fun?
No, because if it sells out, I want to keep making it, But, at Christmas time when we are doing 100 cookie cakes a day.
A day?
Yeah. Covering them with icing and putting the Christmas tree on there, that we're like, oh my God, we can't look at another cookie cake. But that's and at Valentine's Day, I mean, it's just insane how many heart cookie cakes we do. So in those moments, I might get these out of my face. Other than that, yeah, I love doing it all.
This is really cool. And now, what I think is cool is you guys also do fun stuff on your Facebook. Like, if you stay tuned to it, you have a chance of, like, letting people know, like, you're the 25th customer, like the Munchie Bag.
I was doing that a ton last year, and that came up on my, my little Facebook
your memories.
I'm like, oh my God, I have not done that in a year. So I'm going to probably do those every week because people are coming in anyway. But, when it's warm out and it's a little slower, it's encouraging people to come in. So, well,
honestly, now, and too, knowing that you guys have breakfast, like, that's a perfect stop on the way into work.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you do it? Plus, you get a Munchie Bag on the way out.
Exactly. Have that for lunch. Share it with your coworkers, or most people eat them in the car on the way to work. That's fine. It's very easy to eat a whole bag of 25 cookies.
It is, especially those ones, man. Those are freaking good. And now, is there anything left in the summer that's, like, busy for you guys, or busy season, or is, like, we're past 4th of July?
July 4th, Father's Day, Mother's Day, those are all crazy. And we still do a good, like, breakfast and lunch, and Saturdays and Sundays are always busy.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays are slow. That's about it.
I got to ask you, did you ever, when you were at the mall still, like, did you ever put, like, bets in your own head on the mall walkers? Like, how fast they were going to be today? Like, who was going to win? Because I did. I'm not going to lie. I did that type of stuff.
Yes, because they're all, most of them in the morning were like 60 and up. Right. We're like, okay, who's going to get to that wall quickest? And we were placing bets for sure. Man, they all had nicknames, everything. Yeah.
I'm glad we all had the same, because I really did. I'd sit there and be like, you know what? Reebok's got it today, type of thing. Is he
doing the stairs today? Is he going to run today? Yeah.
No, you guys, do you see yourself being in this spot for a while?
Oh, yeah. I love it. I will never move.
Well, and the physical address is 192 Suite B, and that is still Alton Square Mall Drive. Yes. It's just not the mall. It's
right across the street behind Captain D's.
And
that's it.
And now, can you order online?
Yep. No, sorry. Well, just through like DoorDash, but we do have a website where all my cookie and cheesecake prices are, because we have so many decorated cookie options. That's on there. But I didn't want to throw the food on there and have more online ordering options. Yeah. You can just call Cookie Factory and either call in and have it ready, or DoorDash.
Man, I do like how you have the prices on there. That makes it easier for when we're ordering for holidays.
We have so many cookie options, yes.
Well, and I think, honestly, somebody's feeling generous today, and really tomorrow morning, I'm just going to have a huge box of cookies, because they're going to go, man, CJ did such a good job on that interview. I'm just going to, one of the listeners is going to come through.
Yes, somebody bring CJ cookies to him.
AltonCookieFactory.com is the website. That's AltonCookieFactory.com /menu to see all the different options there. And then just to call, place an order, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Just call me, or you can message me on Facebook. I'm the only one reading the Facebook messages, so I get them. But yeah, any of my kids can take the order over the phone.
Well, and too, because I know that if you're like me, you procrastinate like crazy. You go, man, I'm going to place that order for Christmas ahead of time, and you aren't going to.
We always do a cutoff date, like January or December 18th. We're done, but there's 20 more people that come through, and we're like, yeah, no problem.
And that's Cookie Factory will be there for you. And you know what I think's cool is, like, before you had it, it was a staple, a place, and now it's staying one, and that's what's really cool to see the journey.
Cakes, man, they're so good. I take one to every friend's house, family event, and it is the first thing gone.
Well, honestly, here's the problem: those damn peekaboo things, that you put the eyes in.
Oh, the critters. Yes.
I could eat like 1,000 of those, and I'm telling you, if I thank goodness that you guys aren't closer to my house, because I wouldn't have a foot.
I have to work out every single day, because I do eat 2 chocolate chip cookies a day, and I will not stop. They're so good.
Sarah, when you want to come back on, fill us in more on the Cookie Factory, especially with the holidays and all that good stuff, you're more than welcome to do so.
Thank you.
And keep kicking ass in that new spot.
Thank you.
Drive-through coming soon. We'll take a quick break. More Daily Show right around the corner after this. I'll stay here. You'll stay there on Roku TV and RiverBender.com. Man, I got to get...
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 10 o'clock on the dot in the heart of the 618. You're watching Our Daily Show or listening to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Roku TV, Riverbender, everywhere. I mean, this show literally is on every platform. And honestly, it's so amazing. Before we do news, I mean, all the people that have reached out to me and really just given me nothing but love, I say thank you so much. It's been fun, and it's been a really great ride. And honestly, to see that, because I'm not going to lie, I was kind of nervous. So let me be honest with you. I said, if we run the story, because it's like a Billboard music chart, you bounce up and you bounce down, I don't want to bounce down right away. We have maintained status. Top 3% for over like a week now, and life's just looking good, and that's because of all the ways we distribute all the team upstairs and all you guys that listen. I mean, seriously, thanks so much for wanting to learn more about your community and just showing that I was on to something with this show. And, man, I'm just glad for it. Hey, we'll take you to top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know on this Tuesday morning. It is the 8th day of July. You can download the RiverBender.com app and never miss out on breaking news alerts, or you can get the Around the Riverbend email in your inbox around 7:30, 8 o'clock every morning, including Saturdays. We also have our partnership with the Associated Press, so you'll get statewide and national news, a part of that as well, along with event listings and classifieds. Tragic news in the Alton community as George and Donna Julian of Alton did tragically die on July the 3rd after their vehicle was struck by a driver fleeing police at the intersection of Illinois Route 143 and Illinois 3 in Wood River. Here's what we know. The collision did force both vehicles into a ravine, and the Julian's car caught fire, leading to their deaths. George Julian, 66, a retired operator from the Collinsville Water Department and a dedicated family man, enjoyed dirt bike racing and gardening, and Donna Julian, 68 years of age, worked with adults with special needs and as a teacher's aide. She also shared a love of gardening with her husband. Visitation and funeral services will be held at St. Paul Lutheran Church in Wood River, with memorial contributions suggested for the Roxana Schools Foundation. Also in the news today, Megan Kilfoy is organizing a fundraiser to support the Williams family after their son Logan of Troy was critically injured in an accident on the morning of July the 6th. Logan remains on life support, fighting for his life, and his family faces overwhelming emotional and financial challenges. Medical costs are escalating, covering intensive care and specialized equipment. The fundraiser aims to provide crucial financial relief to Todd and Tony Williams, ensuring all donations go directly to the family. The Kilfoys urge the community to keep Logan and his family in their thoughts and to share the fundraiser to help in any way possible. Authorities discovered the body of 25-year-old Demontre M. Collins on the morning of July 4th in a lake at Frank Alton State Park near East St. Louis. Here's what we know. Kayakers discovered the body around 8:33 a.m. and alerted emergency services. St. Clair County Coroner Calvin Dye Sr. identified Collins and pronounced him deceased at the scene at 9:41. Collins, last known to reside on Central Avenue in East St. Louis, and the Illinois State Police and St. Clair County Special Emergency Services did respond to the scene on this. The cause of the death remains undetermined as the investigation continues. We will keep you updated if more details do emerge. A 26-year-old man from Jerseyville, Caleb D. Austin, has been charged with several felonies following a violent home invasion incident on July the 2nd. Austin allegedly broke into an occupied residence after an earlier failed attempt, assaulting occupants and a responding police officer. He faces a Class X felony for home invasion, a Class 2 felony for aggravated battery, and 3 Class A misdemeanors, including battery and property damage. The incident involved Austin striking a resident and kicking an officer, along with damaging property. He was ordered to remain in custody pending a July 28th detention hearing. We'll keep you updated again if more details on this case do emerge. Finally in the news today, the Madison County Health Department has confirmed the presence of West Nile virus in mosquito samples collected locally on July the 3rd. The virus transmitted through bites from infected mosquitoes often show no symptoms in about 80% of cases. When symptoms do appear, they can include fever, nausea, headaches, and muscle aches lasting several days to weeks. Severe illnesses such as meningitis are rare, but more likely in individuals over the age of 50. Residents are urged to take preventative steps such as avoiding outdoor activities at dusk and dawn, wearing protective clothing, using insect repellent, and securing window screens, along with eliminating standing water to reduce mosquito breeding. That's a look at what's happening around the Riverbend. Excuse me. On this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at weather. It's 83 degrees. The good news is, Randy, it feels like 103 out there. So, we got that going for us. Humidity at almost 85%, Today, humid with intervals of clouds and some sunshine will peek through. An afternoon thunderstorm will come our way, and those storms could be pretty strong, bringing flooding downpours and localized damaging wind gusts. Tonight, partly cloudy and humid with a thunderstorm in a couple of spots. Those storms, again, can bring some severe rain fall into the area, so be careful for flooding and on roadways, and if you have some trouble spots, in the property. Localized damaging wind gusts could happen with them in this evening as well. Air quality right now is at 72, which is moderate. Take Claritin. Grass levels, mold, ragweed, and tree levels are all in the low category today. As for temperatures, the real temperature will hit 86, but man, that real feel will keep climbing until the rain comes down. A high of 86 today, a low of 68 as we head into Wednesday. On that 9th day of July, Wednesday morning, we can see temperatures reach 90 degrees, dropping down to 69 overnight as we head into Thursday. But Wednesday morning, we will see some more thunderstorms, and that chance of a Wednesday afternoon storm is still there with us. On Thursday, a high of 89, a low of 71 degrees. On Friday, a mirror image of Thursday, partly sunny skies, a high of 89, a low of 71. And then on Saturday, more storms throughout the morning and throughout the afternoon. A high of 84. That'll feel like a little bit of a cool down, and a low of 69 degrees. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. It's 83 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 103 out there. Woo! Time and temperature throughout today, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, Return Home. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by downloading that RiverBender.com app today. All right, it's going to be too damn hot today. Let's just get to the chase here. I got to pay some bills and all that good stuff. Who is going to cook when it feels like 105? You want that oven on? You want to start sweating when you just were sweating outside? Maybe work leaves the air conditioner a little bit too high and you're sweating at work too. You don't want to sweat in your own kitchen after a long, hot day, okay? That's where Carver's comes in. I mean, what are you doing to yourself? This is award-winning barbecue that you don't have to cook. Duh. You can go in for lunch, you can go in for dinner, or If you got a bigger meal plan, go ahead and cater that out when you got the family coming over next week. Why are you doing it to yourself when you have great barbecue at an affordable price right there at your disposal? I mean, from their brisket sliders to the nachos to the pulled pork, everything's just fantastic. The sauces are to die for, and you aren't sweating in your own kitchen. Unless you leave the air conditioner way too high in your own house, then I can't help you there. But why cook on a hot day when Carver's can do it for you? All you got to do is stop by Groveland Street in Godfrey or give them a call. That's 467-8999, and then just tell them CJ sent you over their way. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, I'm just trying to do you a favor. I'm just giving you advice. Take it and run with it and have the best barbecue that you've had in a long time over there at Carver's. Now, if you're going in for lunch today, if you're stopping in for dinner, you aren't going to order, from the website, which you can do that too. I highly encourage you to bring an extra 20. Stick it in their slot machine. See if you're paying for dinner for the next 5 nights on that $120 bill. When you put it in there, you play Planet Moolah, and man, them cows come down, you hit the bonus, and life's looking good. You know what I'm saying? The gamblers do. You can go to carversbbq.com. That's carversbbq.com. Don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. All right, a quick break, downtown Alton, all that fun stuff in the next couple of seconds. You stay there, and I'll be here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
Fest is coming to Alton Amphitheater on July 26th. Presented by D. Smith Promotions, hosted by Reason to Doubt Podcast. Don't miss your chance to see Big Boogie and Boozy Badass live on stage with special guests Dirty Muggs, Borderline, Marquise Knox, and NKG Band. For VIP and slots, call Queen at 314-967-8999. Attila Fest. Don't miss it.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone, and over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Don't know how it feels to hurt. Oh, I ain't been lonely.
10:12. Welcome back. Daily Show on a Tuesday morning, the 8th day of July. Randy, this is the first time you've been on this side.
I'm usually on the other side of the glass listening to my coworkers being interviewed.
When you hear me go, Randy, is it hot out there or anything like that? That's Randy's because he's OSF's on deck and he's always there wrangling them in. But this is, really cool. I got this flyer sent to me a couple of days ago about the back to school event that you guys put on, and Dwight and Cheryl Wirtz have been just fantastic from all accounts to do this.
Absolutely.
But man, I mean, there were so many kids last year, so many families families, I mean, number one, it shows that the event's needed, but also it just shows, I mean, how many, people you're able to reach and just showcase, some good community spirit.
Absolutely. I mean, so our back to school event will be Saturday, August 2nd this year. The third year in a row, it'll be out at Alton Square Mall. And so the first year it was at the hospital. And then we moved it out to the Alton Square Mall because we were doing some construction in a parking lot. And it was actually a good thing by accident because from year one to last year, our attendance has increased by 60%. So it went from 500 in year one to 800 last year. And it's great. I mean, the mall gives us, it's a great location. We have vendors outside, we have vendors inside. Mm-hmm. And so the community has responded well to the event.
And now take me through this. So how does it work? Do we need to bring like any paperwork or anything with us when we go with the kiddos? Any requirements like that? And then what can we grab? Absolutely.
No paperwork at all.
That's cool.
You just show up, kids, mom and dads, parents, grandparents, whoever. We will give out school supply or bags full of school supplies to the first 500 students ages 4 to 12. Mm-hmm. And then we're providing lunch as well. This year it's a pizza lunch.
There you go. You can't go wrong with pizza.
Slice of pizza. We're working with Little Caesars this year. So slice of pizza, chips, cookies, bottle of water.
That's awesome.
And 2 hours of fun. This year, we have, again, more than 20 vendors who will be on site. 5 first-time vendors, and that's wonderful. Those first-timers, City of Alton Parks and Rec.
That's cool.
Alton Blue Wave Martial Arts Studio. The River Dragons will be out there. We'll have a second Lewis and Clark Community College presence, and then Community Hope Center.
Wow.
And some holdovers from previous years. We'll have Alton School District will be out there. They are a great resource. We have so many parents and students who have questions,
right?
Whether it's registration or just general questions. The school district has been a great partner for us.
Well, and honestly, not to cut you, I like the school district being there because we've all been to school registrations and how much of a monster those are in themselves.
Absolutely.
And to have it where, there's still going to be a lot of people, but more time to really ask questions that you really need answered. This is really nice.
It is. It's great. Again, the school district from year one, they've been a great partner, and it is a great resource.
Yeah.
All of our vendor tables, they all get visited, but there is always constant activity at the school district table. So they've been wonderful. We got Madison County Sheriff's Department, first responders from Alton Fire and Alton Police. A lot of our departments will be out there. OSF Medical Group, OSF On Call, Hainer Library. It's great. And the list goes on and on.
Well, and honestly, I just think it's so cool that, these families are able to be provided for like that. Because, right now, especially when you look at those requirements for some of the back-to-school items, you know, it's not because the classrooms don't need it. It's just, man, that gets expensive really quick, especially with 2 and 3 kids.
Exactly. Yes, it can. But, and I know there are a bunch of other back-to-school events in and around the Riverbend area, which is awesome. And so, again, the community has reacted really well to our event. And the time goes, it takes a lot to plan.
Oh, I bet.
But the day of, from the time we start setting up at 8 o'clock until the time we tear down, it goes by fast.
Now, so let's say this. Let's say, there's a mom with 2 kids in the school district. Can both of those kids, if they're in the first 500, receive that item?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
The first 500 between the ages of 4 and 12.
That's really cool.
Absolutely.
And now, has Dwight and Cheryl been along for the entire ride on this?
Yes, sir. They have
just fantastic.
Wonderful supporters. They come out. They just the smiles on their faces, no more than they step outside their vehicles when they get there. It's wonderful. Not only are they interacting with us and our fellow mission partners, but a lot of the attendees as well and the vendors. It's great. Just absolutely wonderful.
And it's got to be great for the team members at OSF to have a day where you guys can really just be a part of the community a little bit,
Oh, absolutely. We have a lot of, all of our departments get involved. They have great activities. I know the lab comes out, they've brought microscopes and recent years. So kids are able to see specimens under a microscope. Our radiology department comes out. They're teaching the kids about, x-rays and other things within the imaging world. Mm-hmm. Our nursing departments come out. They have great interactive educational and informational activities. Our dietary department comes out. They provide food, nutrition information, not just for the kids, but that's also for the adults as well.
Yeah.
So,
well, now is this Zach's first year with the event, or did he join? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He just joined us officially back in January.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
Yep. So this will be his first year. That's right.
So this will be really cool for the new president to be a part of this, because this is a big, big thing.
Oh yeah, he's involved in all of our planning meetings, and
that's awesome, man.
He's taking it in, and I remember our first planning meeting back in March, and he was just amazed at how well the event is run, but then also how well it's grown in just the 3 years.
It's not easy, especially with your types of vendors. I mean, especially like with the sheriff's department and first responders. I mean, those schedules are all, moving at different times. And so to get them on board, but also to curate this to be for what families need is the big thing. Because you can have a bunch of vendors, but these are all tailor-made for really information for those families, whether it's for, health and safety or knowledge on resources, or really just learning about other community initiatives and community features and assets too. That's big.
Oh, absolutely. Right. So the Madison County Sheriff's Department, the Fire Department, and the Alton Police Department, they bring out some of their vehicles. They show them off. The kids take pictures. They get to see inside, like, a lot of other opportunities, events around the community. But to your point, Centerstone comes out. They're a great resource. They've been involved from year one. First Mid-America Credit Union, they're out there, again, providing games and interactive activities, but they're also providing information on financial services, but then also, how to manage money, stuff like that. So, and Hainer Library is out there. It's at the mall. Their table is literally right outside their front door.
That's what I was going to ask. So where are the vending spots going to be? On the second deck or on the...
They're on both floors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So with our registration tent is right outside the OSF rehab entrance.
Gotcha.
And people, they sign up right there. The fire trucks, police vehicles, the school bus are outside. Everyone else is inside. And so there's a lot. I mean, there's some people who stick around the whole 2 hours, which is great.
Right.
So there's a lot of opportunity, on a Saturday morning. It's a couple weeks before school. Who wants to hear about going back to school in the middle of July? But unfortunately,
right.
I hate to break it to people, but
We're
with
right
parents
around
and
the
students,
corner.
School is six weeks away. My wife has been a lifelong educator, and she's back at work.
Oh no,
she doesn't like it one bit. So,
so it brings up a good point. Don't call us on the second for a bunch of first responders at Alton Square Mall. I think that's a good disclaimer.
Right? No. Yeah. I mean, if they have to go to a call, that's totally fine. Yeah. I mean, and I also want to mention Survival Flight.
Oh yeah, they're great.
So as long as the helicopter is available, they'll bring out the helicopter. So we're looking for a great day. I know it's in August. It's going to be warm, but the event's held inside and outside, so you can go inside and cool off. Plenty of vendors and other activities to interact with.
I just think this is so cool because it's really a couple of different events like brought into one. Like you're incorporating like touch a truck events really into this, and I just think it's so cool. And we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and talk with Randy some more about this. This is the 4th annual back to school event to give free school supplies to the first 500 students. You might want to get there early. I don't know how early, but with 800 plus there last year, it's only going to grow courtesy of Dwight and Cheryl and then the 21 vendors that you guys got. That's incredible.
Absolutely.
More conversation on this comes our way in just a couple of seconds on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Oh no, another bad headache? Yeah. Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop at their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganaz Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganaz Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganaz Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Sweet southern woman sit on my lap. G with an O, O with a D, T with an I, and a M and a E, and a good time. Good time. I've been working.
Welcome back. 1024 back with Randy, OSF Healthcare, chatting it up about the 4th annual back to school event. This is really cool. It gives free school supplies to the first 500 students. So, does it come with the backpack, or is it just papers, pens, and all, and the pencils and crayons and all the other really cool things?
Yeah, it's a drawstring bag.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we'd love to give a backpack there,
Honestly,
but that could be a budget breaker for me. But
you don't need the backpack. The drawstring's where it's at. You know, I started because I was a backpack kid for a long time, but in high school I realized the drawstring, it's more functional.
It is, yeah. And so, I mean, and whether it's the kids that use it in other ways or even the parents.
I love it, man.
Yeah, you can get a lot of mileage out of it.
I mean, think about all this stuff. I mean, you're getting all these things that really do set you up for the school year. And I mean, and it could be, like you said, there's so many different events that are similar to this, but there's always that 500, max, or 200 or what. So, I mean, to be able to provide maybe for a student who missed out on one already or just needs a little bit more to get started. I mean,
absolutely. And I just want to be clear on this. This isn't just for Alton School District kids. This is throughout the Riverbend. I mean, whether you're in Bethalto, you're in Edwardsville, Wood River, East Alton, Godfrey, Jerseyville. It's open to the public. And then, last year we were talking off air. We're setting up. We set up at 8:00 and we start right at 10. And we had people start showing up at 8:30.
That's wild.
And so the line was so long. Our registration tent is set up right outside the main entrance to OSF Rehab. And the line snaked around the fence that holds in the dumpsters. And so we're trying to set up, and every now and then we're taking a peek and see how long the line is, and whether we're inside or outside, setting up, getting ready. Where people, all of us mission partners, saying, "Have you seen the line? It just keeps growing, and it's amazing." And that's we haven't even started the event yet, and we're all excited and hyped up, and it's absolutely awesome to see that.
Well, I mean, last year you can still see the article on RiverBender if you just Google. I mean, just seeing some of the pictures, man, everyone was happy and having a good old time with it, and it's really cool to see parents and stuff out there too, and really enjoying it with their kids. They aren't just going and picking something up. You can make an event out of this.
Yeah, and so exactly, and. And we're, if there are other agencies or businesses who want to get involved, there's still time. And so, you can go on RiverBender.com, check out the article. My email is on there. Just send me an email, and we can chat and we'll get you set up. So
it's great. 10 a.m. till noon. And, it probably wouldn't be bad to get there, a little early. Probably, not, I don't know how early. Don't get a tent out. Please.
You can if you want to.
If you really want to. But, I mean, this is, what I think so cool, though, is it really showcases what your guys' mission statement is at OSF, and that's to be a true community partner. I mean, you guys are at everything. And to do your own event, too, in partnership, like, we can't take away enough of what Dwight and Cheryl and talk about it, how their contributions. But, I mean, to really provide this has got to be just something that hits a home run with everybody at OSF.
It does. Our mission, serving with the greatest care and love.
Yeah.
It's in everything we do, whether it's, on our hospital campus or in our doctor's offices or out in the community. It is our mission, and that's what motivates and inspires us every day. And this is not to pat ourselves on the back, but there's been interest with other OSF facilities in kind of copying our event. Because, I mean, after 4 years, you kind of have a blueprint.
Oh, yeah.
And so the first year is always the toughest. But then after that, you know, you see what works, you see what you can improve on. And so, and that's what we try to do every year. You know, we've mixed it up this year. Instead of a hot dog lunch, it's a pizza lunch. We have 5 first-time vendors, which is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And those individuals pretty much were just some of our mission partners were out and about, and they heard about this, and they said, hey, can we get involved? There's still time. Absolutely. They literally called or sent me an email. I'm like, you're in.
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and now I'm also reading in this that there's going to be some prize and gift basket raffles.
Yeah.
Is this a thing?
Absolutely.
I'm nosy.
Last year, no, that's fine. Be as nosy as you want. We probably, memory, somewhere between 20 and 25 raffle baskets.
Wow.
And then there's other, we give away some prizes and other stuff at some of the vendor tables and whatnot. So absolutely, you can come for the school supplies or just have some fun, but you can also win stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to be present to win. That makes it easy. Otherwise, we're calling people. You know, there's been times it's been up to 2 weeks we've been trying to get a hold of people.
Well, and I can't write numbers to save my life. You'd be calling 45 phone numbers looking for me.
I understand. But we would stop at that second phone number.
That's more than fair. And then some interactive activities are going to be there too. So like face painting, things like that? Or?
Face painting, balloon animals. But then also, again, from the vendors, we want our vendors to provide something informational as well as entertaining. And so whether it's, you know, a hospital department or it's some of our other vendors, again, like, you know, First Mid-America Credit Union or Centerstone or, you know, Hainer Library. The other thing, and I failed to mention this, so I'm glad I remembered, Lewis and Clark's dental hygiene program, they come out.
Yeah.
And they're one of the more popular. I mean, they're all popular, but they provide a great service. The dental hygiene students are gaining experience, hands-on experience, and some of our kids are coming in. I don't want to say screenings, but there's some interaction there where they're teaching them about dental hygiene. Yeah. Not just the kids. It's for the adults as well.
Well, they do. That program really is a good one. I mean,
absolutely.
They do so many dental, I guess, giveaways in a way where they're doing like veteran
I think
work.
so. I don't want to speak for them, but I think you're
it's
right.
really cool.
They show up, the program leaders and then the students, they are so gung-ho when they get on site.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool.
Absolutely.
Well, and if you're just tuning in, we've been chatting it up for a little bit of time now. The 4th annual Back to School event is scheduled for August the 2nd, 10 a.m. until noon. I believe we can be down there, and I might be giving you a live show. Awesome. I think I'm going to. And I every time I say I am, though, something happens. So it's just, let's say I think, and then we'll talk to the video team after the show. This is really cool. It's 10 a.m. until noon. It's on the second floor of the mall, Alton Square Mall, and it's right under that OSF sign. Just walk right into those doors.
Exactly.
Correct?
Yeah, well, our registration tent is will be right outside the main entrance to the OSF rehab office. There we'll have stuff outside and then stuff on both levels on the inside right there. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it. It's always a great day.
Absolutely. And, like I said, this is really great from Dwight and Cheryl Wirtz and Wirtz Welding and Tank Service. And really just an opportunity for you and the first 500 students to walk away with paper, pens, pencils, crayons from ages 4 to 12. And remember, this event just keeps growing. So, get there early if you really need to and be a part of the free lunch that's being provided from Little Caesars. You can't go wrong. Yeah. I'm a big Little Caesars guy. I'm just going to be honest with you. But anyway, Randy, it's always great talking with you. Now, for the first time on camera and screen and microphone.
I don't have to yell through the glass anymore.
We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Make sure you're out there. We'll see you there August the 2nd, 10 a.m. until noon at Alton Square Mall for the 4th annual Back to School event for free school supplies for your students as you start the new year.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah,
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway safe rubber tire dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
When I got in the car accident,
love meatloaf. Welcome back. We're supposed to be talking to Madeline and Coco and Oak here in a couple of minutes. We'll see if that's still on the horizon. Hey, I do got something for you, though. So, just so all of you guys know, this is a statewide release. Man, my breathing is awful today. I feel like I picked the wrong profession sometimes. You know, I'm like, you got to be able to breathe to do this. Anyway, peak roadside mowing season, it's underway. The Illinois Department of Transportation, IDOT, is reminding the public to please slow down, proceed with caution, and pay extra attention when encountering equipment and personnel and keeping up with the recent practice of timing operations to preserve and promote pollinator habitat. The heaviest mowing period will continue until August the 15th. By strategically scheduling when and where mowing takes place, IDOT is doing its part to help the environment and Illinois businesses, said Illinois Transportation Secretary Gia Biaggi. We need your assistance as well. Please be alert for mowing crews who work hard up and down the state, slowing down, and give them plenty of extra distance. Always a good reminder, just because, you never know when you're traveling and you're on your road trip or maybe just getting back to and from work, and something just to keep in mind. Now, during the summer, IDOT conducts two primary types of mowing. Here's what they are. Safety mowing occurs directly adjacent to the road as needed. Maintenance mowing, which lasts for approximately 6 weeks and starts around the 1st of July, includes areas next to those culverts, those ditches, traffic control devices, and other structures, while following the Illinois Monarch Project mowing guidelines for pollinators. There's a hyperlink on that if you want to learn more. You can read that on RiverBender.com. It protects as much habitat and as much nectar resources as possible to help up with that. So the mowing schedule does help minimize the impact on the traveling public as well, and encourages that pollinator activity, which assists in the reproduction of, flowers, fruits, vegetables that are essential to the state's ecosystem and agricultural economy. Reducing the amount of land maintained and growing pollinator habitat also protects the endangered rusty patch bumblebee and the monarch butterfly, the official state insect of Illinois. Now, in 2020 is when IDOT joined that initiative, that Illinois Monarch Action Plan, as part of that Monarch Project. It's a collaborative effort with state and local partners. So it's why the mowing seasons are the way they are. You can learn more about it by going to the RiverBender.com article. They have some different videos, some brochures to read up on, but just something to keep in mind as you're traveling up and down, the roadways this rest of the summer, to be mindful of those workers who are out there just doing a job, and something to keep in mind. Hey, also wanted to fill you in on this. The Alton School Board, they've approved the appointment of 3 district administrators. This just rolled in on the wire a couple of minutes ago for leadership roles for next school year. Renee Hart will assume the role of Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services. This is a natural progression following her 5 years of service as the district's director of curriculum. With 17 years in public education and 10 years in educational administration, Hart brings extensive leadership experience with a steadfast commitment to student achievement and the development of educators across the district. Jody Magos will step into the director of curriculum position, transferring from her role as principal of Una Smith Elementary. With 25 years of experience in education, Mrs. Magos has built her career fostering academic excellence and equity for all learners. After 13 years in the classroom, she transitioned into administration as assistant principal for East Elementary for 2 years and spent the last decade as principal of Una Smith. Magos brings a strong academic foundation and has earned numerous degrees as well. Christina Coy has been named the new principal of Una Smith Elementary School. She's going to replace Mrs. Magos, a seasoned educator with more than 20 years of service. Mrs. Coy brings a wealth of instructional and administrative skills to the role. She began her career in 2003 as a middle school English teacher and quickly transitioned into a leadership role as literacy coach, where she supported teachers in strengthening reading instruction. So congratulations to all 3 who have been appointed. And then the district will also be conducting interviews this month to fill that open assistant principal position at West Elementary School. So just a little bit of a note on that. One final bit of news for you, just because we have this all rolling in at once here at 1041. The IDOT has announced today that a full closure of Interstate 5570 southbound westbound between Illinois 159 and Illinois 157 in Madison County will start, weather permitting, at 9 p.m. this Friday for bridge repairs. The closure is expected to remain in place for 17 days, so something to be mindful of. During that time, motorists should follow the marked detour as follows. Motorists heading southbound westbound on I-5570 should take I-270 westbound to I-255. Southbound to reconnect with I-5570 southbound westbound. Drivers between Illinois 159 and I-270, I-70 westbound who need to travel southbound westbound on I-5570 should travel north to access the detour and follow it back to I-5570. Access to Illinois 162 and US 40 will remain open during that time period, which is again 17 days. All lanes scheduled to reopen by 5 a.m. Monday, July the 28th. Motorists should allow extra travel time for these trips, especially during the first few days of the closure, and pay attention to signage and additional marked detour routes. Drivers are encouraged to use alternate routes and urged to reduce their speeds and obey all construction signage while refraining from using mobile devices while approaching and traveling through the work zone. You can find out more information on IDOT's Traveler's Information Map on gettingaroundillinois.com. That's gettingaroundillinois.com. All righty. More for you. While I have you, let me fill you in on our friends at Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling. You know, I do got to pay some bills. You know, I'm just telling you right now, there ain't nothing better than the queen of junk. You know, you can call 618-781-1407 to get that hot tub that's been in your basement for 15 years, backyard, whatever you want to call it. Get it out of there. Been there too long. Time to call the queen of junk. Maybe you got just a bunch of crap in your basement that's just been accumulating. You don't know what happened. It just like started multiplying like the thing or whatever, the blob. Get rid of it. It ain't going with you. It's got to go to the dump, okay? No one's touched that stuff in 15 years. They ain't coming back for it. You know what I'm saying? 781-1407, that'll get you junk removal. Or if you want to do it yourself, you can always get the rubber tire dumpster rental. Something Denise, has been specializing in. You know, what I love about these things, they aren't going to mark up your driveway. I mean, who has that big a cardboard anymore? Or you got to find a pallet, you got to find some planks to set this dumpster on. Not anymore. Not with the rubber tire. You just literally roll it off, you drop it off, it sits there in your driveway while you're throwing all that junk away that you swore you were going to do 15 years ago, and boom, they pick it up, it's gone. Completely gone. No marks needed. You know what I'm saying here? Or if you want to be a part of the new trend, which is switching to those purple and yellow trash cans, you call 618-433-1128. That's 618-433-1128. That's the phone number for weekly trash pickup. If you're in Godfrey, Brighton, Bethalto, I mean, you name it, pretty much everywhere around except for Alton and a few other cities, you guys are good to go with the queen of junk. I mean, there's a reason those purple and yellow trash cans are multiplying. It's crazy to see this, like an exponent on those trash cans. Once you see one, you see two, and then you see 4 and 16, and boom! It's all over your neighborhood because the queen of junk is now the queen of trash. They answer their phone calls. They're environmentally friendly. They're there for you, and they're reliable. That's 618-433-1128 for your weekly trash pickup from Sparks Junk Removal. Get on the schedule today, or just give them a call for that regular junk removal and dumpster rental service at 618-781-1407. And don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. All right, more Daily Show after a quick one on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914. or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. OSFOnCall.org/virtual visit.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Alrighty. There you are. Welcome back. I gotta leave soon. We got the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, but I couldn't leave you hanging. Don't know what happened to Coco Oak today. That's okay. So, remember the story I did like a couple of, maybe it was last year around this time. Well, we're getting up there and getting a follow-up. So, remember this lady in New Zealand, Erin Patterson. She killed her, is accused of, I don't want to get, accused of killing her estranged husband's relatives and tried to do it to him by deliberately serving the poisonous mushrooms for lunch. 3 of Patterson's 4 lunch guests, her parents-in-law, Don and Gail's sister, Heather Wilkinson, died in the hospital after the 2023 meal at her home, at which she served individual beef Wellington pastries containing the death cap mushroom, okay? She is accused of attempting to murder the 4th. Heather's husband, Ian, who was gravely ill but survived the encounter. During the 9-week Supreme Court trial in the state of Victoria, Patterson gave evidence in her own defense. The 50-year-old mother of 2 faces life in prison if she's convicted. So it's not disputed, okay, that Patterson served guests the toxic mushrooms or the meal that killed them. It isn't disputed, but the jury must decide whether she meant for them to die. Prosecutors in this case, which has gripped Australia for 2 years, this is a big one for them, said the accused woman researched, foraged, and served the mushrooms deliberately, lied to investigators to cover her tracks. Their case against Patterson includes that she disposed of a food dehydrator after the fatal meal, and she reset her phone multiple times. Who knows? Prosecution said she lied about having a dire medical diagnosis to ensure her guests attended the lunch, cooked individual pastries to avoid poisoning herself, and even faked symptoms to make it look like she fell ill too. But Patterson's lawyer said the poisoning was just a terrible accident caused by a pantry mix-up of store-bought and wild mushrooms, which she didn't know were death caps. The defense case was that Patterson wasn't as ill as the others at dinner because she induced vomiting after the meal due to an eating disorder. This is seriously. The accused lied to the police that she had never foraged mushrooms or owned a dehydrator. It was purely out of panic, her lawyer's telling people. Patterson denied telling her lunch guest that she had a confirmed diagnosis of cancer. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This is an interesting case. That's why I'm reading. Justice Christopher Beale spent 4 days summarizing this case to jurors before their deliberations began on Monday, urging them not to be swayed by bias or prejudice or by sympathy for the families for those who died. Patterson's lies, some of which she admitted to during her evidence, could be used to assess her credibility, but didn't mean she was guilty of murder. If that wasn't confusing for you, I don't know how it wasn't confusing for the jury. Prosecutors didn't offer a motive for the alleged killings. Now, this is what's interesting, and weren't required to, but They suggested a deteriorating relationship between the accused and her estranged husband, as well as her exasperation with her former in-laws, which she expressed to friends on social media months before death. Now, the defense said Erin Patterson had a positive and loving relationship with those lunch guests, who included her children's only living grandparents, and she had no reason to kill them. Justice Beal highlighted in a summary of the case the fleeting and minor nature of the past disputes. Simon Patterson was invited to the fatal lunch, but didn't go. Okay, so this is just interesting. So a 14-member jury, 12 selected by ballot, are going to be the ones that decide the verdict. Now, the jury is going to remain sequestered, meaning they will stay together in that, accommodation until they reach a unanimous decision. So it's still ongoing, I believe, the deliberation of Erin Patterson. But this is just interesting. I mean, truly, truly an interesting case. And we talked about it at first kind of like as, wow, this was a wild story. But this one really just kind of gripped Australia. And I'm a little curious just to see, kind of how it ends. So anyway, they're still in deliberations. That's... We have an update for you. Erin Patterson was found guilty just a day ago. So there you go. AP's behind on it by 1 day, but there you go. So after all the deliberation, the jury did find that she deliberately killed her lunch guests, and there you go. Erin Patterson was found guilty. We have a final ending to that story we started 2 years ago. See, there's always a way to... We'll always come back to it on the All-Star Award. Now, finally for you, this is a fun one that I want to end on just because I thought it was pretty funny. So, here we go. More than 300 people donned inflatable. It's a lot weirder when you look at the word until, you know what I'm saying? When you look at the word, it just doesn't sound like you've been saying. Anyway, inflatable dinosaur costumes, let me finish, took to the track at Emerald Downs in Washington for the annual T-Rex Championship races. The yearly event at Auburn Racetrack began when TriGuard Pest Control held its team-building exercise in 2017, and the race quickly gained popularity online and opened to the public the following year. Here's what we know on this. The race was suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but it did return in 2022. Houston man Andrew Stuber was crowned the top Tyrannosaurus of this year's race. This year's T-Rex Championship race also featured an aerial event. 3 people in T-Rex costumes jumped out of a skydive Snohomish plane and parachuted down to the field before racing to the finish line. The full event will be aired on ESPN2 sometime later in the summer. They must be really hurting for races. So before I say so long for now, here is the dinosaur race, okay? And they're off. Look at this thing of beauty. You know what I'm saying? Just a thing of beauty. There you go. There's your winner. Congratulations, Andrew. You made it to the big leagues. I'm out of time. We got a busy show tomorrow. Join me then, won't you? Until then, try your best to stay out of jail.
He said